What's up, guys? DPX here, and yeah, This is gonna be a different kind of review. It's gonna be unscripted, of course, and it's instead of reviewing a game, I'm reviewing an online service. Never really done that before, but there's not a whole lot to talk about with Nintendo's online service aside from the NES game. So I can briefly talk about everything else. But before I start talking about it, in case you don't know, the Nintendo Switch's online service is a paid subscription service, kind of like PS Plus or Xbox Live, and it's it's not as expensive as those. If you want to get a 3 month membership, you can. It's only like about $7, I think. Want to get a 6 month membership? I believe it's only $10. Want to get an individual 12-month membership? It'll be $20, and a family 12-month membership will be $35. So it's pretty cheap, and I'm sure a lot of people could afford this. Nintendo wants to be on the easy side. However, it's lacking in features. I really hope they add more stuff along the way, uh, like in the coming years or even months. So there are five things about it. One is being able to play online, which I'll of course get to that a bit later. Actually, no, there's not a whole lot to say about it. It runs the same way. There's not much of a difference between uh, the online when you didn't have to pay for it and the online when you did, aside from the fact that, of course, you have to pay for it. Then you have stuff like cloud saves, which I really like that they finally included in. It was misquoted by Nintendo that once your subscription expires, you lose your cloud saves. That's not true. It was just poor wording. I don't quite remember what they said, but it was something that might have implied that, but it's not true. Don't worry about it. When your subscription expires, you still have your cloud saves in case your Switch breaks or you lose it or you get a new one. You'll have your games, and your purchases, I believe, are locked to or saved to your account. So that's good. Then you get then you have stuff like the Nintendo Switch online app, which is just awful. I actually never used it uh, for this, and I never will, unless they include other things other than voice chat, like how there's like a PlayStation app and you can access the PlayStation Store from there. If Nintendo decides to like make a way so you can access the Nintendo eShop from that Nintendo Switch Online app and do stuff like that, then yeah, I will. I can use that app, but that app is just awful, and I do not suggest you use it. And then you have stuff like the special offers, which Nintendo has not announced, but it should be discounts on Switch games. Either that, or have stuff like with Club Nintendo back in the day. You got this, for example. I'm sure this is not the only one, but it's the only one I know of. You got this. You got this game Grill Off with Ultra Hand as a Club Nintendo award. You should get something along those lines to have as a special offer. Now, time to talk about the NES games. So, the NES stuff I feel is a good thing. I like that you can finally play these games on your Nintendo Switch. I'll get into the problems with it a bit later, stuff that I'm sure you're gonna hear me say. And just to go over, there are 20 NES games right now. I'm gonna briefly list them to you. We got Balloon Fight, Baseball, Donkey Kong, Double Dragon, Dr. Mario, Excite Bike, Ghosts and Goblins, Gradius, Ice Climber, Ice Hockey, Mario Brothers, like the original Mario Brothers, Pro Wrestling, River City Ransom, Soccer, Mario, like Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3, Tecmo Bowl, Tennis, The Legend of Zelda, and Yoshi. That's a decent lineup. I do kind of wish they had like Yoshi's Cookie instead of Yoshi. Kind of wish they had like any game instead of Ice Climber. They should have had Tecmo Super Bowl instead of Tecmo Bowl. But I think it's a good lineup. And later down the line, as we saw for like a split second in the Nintendo Direct showing the games, we will be getting games like NES Tournament Golf Open, whatever it's called. We got Metroid. We got Solomon's Key, and we got Mighty Bomb Jack. With probably more that I haven't even remembered. But I think it's cool. It's definitely still missing things like Mega Man and Kid Icarus. I'm not gonna go down that list. That'll just take a while because it's missing a lot. Now, here's the thing that many people are kind of upset about. No SNES games or N64 games or GameCube games. None of that, just NES. Okay, so I'm sure since even though it's called NES, like the service, the NES service is just called Nintendo Entertainment System. I am still sure that the Super Nintendo or N64 or stuff like that will eventually be on the Nintendo Switch. Maybe they'll be their own services. Maybe. I don't know. But for right now, we got NES games, and I hope they actually take some. They like add some games that a lot of people didn't get their hands on. A game like Bucky O'Hare or Xerxes, like hidden gems like that. Or Star Tropics. Or maybe even games never released in America. Like the original Earthbound. I mean, sure, it was re-released on the Wii U eShop, known as Earthbound Beginnings. But still, come on, we should get Earthbound. Maybe even one of the original Fire Emblems on the Famicom. There is the Famicom version, Japanese version of the Nintendo Switch. It's almost the exact same thing, though. Some of the games, though, are the Famicom Disk System versions, which is cool, I guess. The Zelda on the Japanese version of this service is the Famicom Disk System version. I can tell because of the sound. There's a sound difference. But I'd say this is a cool addition. But honestly, it needs more games and it needs more systems. Now, here's the big thing about these NES games. They have added online play. Sure, there are things you can do like play Dr. Mario online 2-player stuff like that, I think. Or you can do that locally. I think you can do that locally. But then there are games. Just about every game, you can be playing a game, and then like you you then send it to a friend, depending on how far you are. Actually, no, you can do that in either way. How far you are, you can send where you are in the game to a friend. Let's just say you're playing Mario and go you're at like Bowser's castle. For some reason you decide to pussy out and like send that to a friend. Then your friend can pick up there and beat Bowser. And that's a cool thing. It's almost like handing over the controller. And I find that to be cool. But yeah, honestly, the Nintendo Switch Online is lacking. That's the elephant in the room. I don't want this to turn into a negative, but it's lacking. I do hope they add more stuff in the future. I hope they abandon that stupid fucking online app. I hope I hope that they can do more stuff with what they have. Like maybe even for some of the things, improve the online for some games, or in or have cloud saves for every game. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in this video, but like games like Splatoon 2 or like Dark Souls or Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu or FIFA 18, 19, fuck. Stuff like that. Dead Cells. I'll get to Dead Cells in a bit later because there's something interesting about that, but uh, all those games people dove hundreds of hours into. Actually, no, well, Splatoon 2 and Dead Cells people dove hundreds of hours into. The other three I mentioned are not even out. But still, and Fortnite doesn't even support cloud saves. I don't understand. So I said that there was going to be something about Dead Cells, and I said that like I don't have Dead Cells on my Switch. I wish I did, but you see, what I've heard is that of course it's not supported by cloud saves by Nintendo. They said that. But someone tried using cloud saves for Dead Cells, and lo and behold, it worked. So I don't know. Maybe when like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu or Dark Souls Remastered or FIFA, FIFA's out already, I think. I don't know. I don't really follow those games, but when those games come out, you try using the cloud saves. Maybe they can work. But yeah, uh, yeah, this is definitely something that Nintendo has to improve along the way. Now, time for the score. I'm still scoring this thing. The Nintendo Switch online service gets a 6 out of 10. And to be honest, that's being pretty generous. It is true that I think that, you know, $20 or $35 a month, depending on how you look at it, is a great deal. That's nice. And I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is. Everyone's saying it's a whole dumpster fire or a mess or it's going to doom the Nintendo Switch. I don't think so. If Nintendo improves this, if they keep updating it and they abandon that stupid fucking smartphone app and they add more NES games and add more games from all their systems, they do all that, this can be great. Despite me giving it kind of a low, mediocre score, I kind of suggest you get it. It's supporting a business practice and it's a business practice because it's lacking in features and it's not the greatest service, but you can't play online, nor can you do cloud saves without it. But that's just me, and I'm sure that's a lot of other people. I think it could be worth it. It's if it was like $60, like PS Plus or Xbox Live Gold or whatever. Then yeah, I would totally understand why you wouldn't want to get it, but it's only 20 or $35. Get over yourselves. Okay, I don't mean it like that, but yeah, your decision. You're only saving $20, really. So yeah, that's what I think about the Nintendo Switch Online service. Uh, be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Man, this one was long. I should script my reviews. No more unscripted ones. Alright, goodbye.